What is going on, everybody? This is Bill Mahari here in the house, coming to you with another edition of Mahari Nation Sports slash Radio here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in the great Twin Cities of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to the greater fighting and basketball communities here. You know, yeah, man, we're almost done with the first week of the NCAA tournament, though, man. A lot of the good basketball that we saw here since the Thursday here. Um, we did got some upsets here and there, but not really too surprising upsets though. Um, I'm very surprised that I'm really have been very impressed with a lot of the athletes that we've been seeing here in this tournament, though, man. Especially there's a kid here named John Morant from Murray State. This guy has really been impressing me though. In this tournament. You know, he is a guy that is very athletic, but also he's a pass first type of guard who can really who can really know how to run a team, pass the ball, pass, cut, and move, and really has been one of the very good bright spots in the tournament though. But he's not going to be the number one overall pick. I'm just letting you guys know off the rip. You know, I think that you know, Duke to me is going to be one of those teams that is a powerful force, but they can't be beat. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason is this: Duke does not shoot well from the outside. They only shoot about, what is it, 25-30% from three. So if you force Duke into a jump shooting game, they're not they're not going to win that kind of game. You know what I mean? Especially when you allow RJ Barrett to be the primary ball handler and make him make decisions on both ends of the floor. He's not going to do very well with that. He leads the team in turnovers. He averages about 3 turnovers a game. So the thing is this: Duke has 3 different weaknesses: turnovers, shooting, and decision making. They need to play and just need to stick to what they're good at. Get the ball inside to Zion Williamson and on the left or right block, and he just goes in there and scores. The most interesting matchup I'm gonna anxious to see is University of Central Florida versus Duke. That's gonna play, I think, in about the next couple minutes here. And I want to see that 7 foot that taco guy, whatever his name is. Let me see what his name is. Taco Fall. Yes, yes. He's a 7'6" center there. You know, he's I see some a little bit of gains there on around YouTube. Very he uses his size very well. What's up, Mark Wonderland? Yeah, salute family. Sorry about your Bulls last night. Yeah, man. My Bulls, man. It's gonna be a long time to get that team fixed, though, man. God, I just wish Jerry Reinsdorf would just sell the team, bro. For real, I'm getting done with this. Hey, Mark, I'll tell you this though, bro. Your Jazz had the last laugh, but hey, we beat your Jazz twice in the finals to win the last 2 of our 6 championships. So we still got the historical laughs with that. But yeah, my Bulls right now, man. Man, oh man, they got a lot of fixing to do to try to rebuild that franchise. And I hope they get the number 1 overall pick so we can get Zion Williamson. You still got me. Yep, exactly. Back to back. Yep, exactly. Yep. Mr. Number 23 got you back to back. Got you back to back. But yeah, your Jazz teams were great though, bro. I actually was watching the whole 1997 NBA Finals from Game 1 to Game 6. Very good games though, bro. But Malone only had 1 or 2 decent games, but after that, he just was not shooting the ball well. I think he let the moment get into his head, though, bro. But I don't want to get off track. Let me stay focused on what I'm trying to get through here. So yeah, this kid named Taco Fall, 7'6", and he's really got a good long wingspan at 8-foot wingspan. So he does a good job of blocking shots and being that presence in the paint. Now, the one thing that I kind of see seeing the flaw in his game was all what all centers face. If you take away his legs and try to keep him facing him to the basket, you know, you'll neutralize his size and he'll tend to try to hit you in the body. You know what I mean? He's got good, decent post work though, and I would suspect that Coach Donnie Dawkins is going to try to at times put him on Zion Williamson. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think he'll put somebody who can match him, being with his foot speed, because I don't think tackle fall is going to be matched up with them face to face. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, bro. Earlier today, Iowa made a serious comeback in the second half against Tennessee. They were trailing by as many as 20 points and nearly got the game to overtime, though. You know what I mean? Tennessee took his foot off the gas pedal and they allowed them to get back into the ball game. They led us by as many as 25 points, and then Iowa came back to tie the game. And then eventually, and then in the end, though, Tennessee made the bigger plays in the overtime and were able to win the ball game. So at least my Final Four pick's still intact. But boy, they cannot put their foot off the gas pedal. And also shout out to the University of Minnesota senior Jordan Murphy. Last night, his back injury was just too much for him to take. From the injury he sustained in the first round game against Louisville. He only played about 4 minutes, and by the time he was standing behind the Minnesota bench, I kind of knew that he's not going to play because his back was just tightened up, though, bro. But shout out to him, though, man. He had a sensational career in Minnesota. Never missed a practice, never missed a game. One of the leaders in Big Ten leaders in rebounding and double doubles. Very physical person in the paint. But now that he's going to be graduating this year, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the Gophers to try to figure out where they're going to go from here. I think Mir Coffey is going to be he's going to be a senior next year. Let me see here. All right, let me see. Okay, Mir Coffey's numbers. Let's see here. Yep, he's a junior, so he'll be a senior next season. So I don't think he's going to go to the NBA draft because he doesn't shoot the ball consistently enough and he doesn't take enough shots. So I think he'll probably come back for one more year and then that'll be that of his career. But, the thing is, though, man, Michigan State, Cassius Winston, boy, he was sensational. I think after the Gophers cut it to single digits, he had about 9 straight points and just basically took the game over from there. You know what I mean? I just really, really believe that, Michigan State is gonna be a good team down the line, but they had too many turnovers. And when you're playing against Tom Izzo's team, you can't turn over the ball a lot. And they had about 20 turnovers in that game against Minnesota. They were lucky that Minnesota couldn't take advantage of that, but against very good teams in their bracket, especially in Duke's bracket, they're not gonna be able to get away with that. So I'm sure Tom Izzo this week will try to stress to his team about execution and taking care of the basketball. But yeah, if Cassius Winston continues to play the way he's been playing, boy, I tell you though, bro, Michigan State may make something happen though, especially the last 2 years. I'm getting out of the first or second round. But yeah, they have 2 dominant post players there that can post inside and can shoot mid-range jumpers on the outside there too. And then you also had a freshman who's also a shooter there as well. So, yeah, I think beware of Michigan State on that end. And also, what else is there? Also, LSU and who else? LSU beat Maryland in a very classic though. Wade Sims really played his heart out that day though, man. Oh, I'm sorry. He actually. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he actually passed away too. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That was my mistake. My mistake. So yeah, LSU, man. I'll tell you this though, man. LSU, they're playing with a heavy heart because of their fallen teammate, but also they're going through a turmoil with their coach involved in that horrendous FBI scandal. You know what I mean? So they're playing good basketball to start out with, But I think by next week, who they're gonna play against They're going to play against Michigan State. So actually, that's going to be an interesting matchup between those two schools. Michigan State and LSU. That's going to be an interesting matchup. So the thing is this though, man. So the Sweet 16 is nearly full at this point in time. We still got a couple more games to go. I think Houston's going to play against Ohio State later on tonight. I'm going to catch that game because that's actually one of my Final Four teams. They looked really impressive in their first round game on Friday night, but we're going to see how they'll do against another good Big Ten team in Ohio State, who honestly this should not even be in this tournament though. But you know how the committee is. You know what I mean? What else I was going to say? Oh yeah, yesterday, bro, we had a great live stream though about all the stuff we're talking about in boxing, though, man. Shout out everybody in the panel yesterday that participated in this great discussion, though, bro. I'm gonna do a specific topic that I think that needs to be addressed, though, bro. I think we're gonna talk about for this coming Saturday will be about the problems with the sanctioning bodies, and I want to ask a lot of the LDBC members who have very good knowledge of the sanctioning bodies. What do we need to do to try to enforce the sanctioning bodies to give us the fights that we want? Or if you decide to take away the sanctioning bodies, what should we do to try to reform boxing so that way all the best fighters fight each other? So that way there's no more of this ducking nonsense that we're seeing in this current generation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, bro, I mean, we got a lot of stuff that we're going to tackle the next Saturday, though, bro. And I'm going to make sure we're going to have a huge panel here that's going to get down to the nitty and gritty of it. And we'll make sure that everybody gets their point across. And also, that conversation is going to be no holds barred. So, in other words, anybody can say what they want, any perspectives, though. And cussing, we go all the way with this stuff, bro. Any cussing is allowed. You know what I mean? So we're looking at this. So back to the NCAA tournament here. Looking at all the stuff that's going on here, though, man. UNC blew out Washington, though, and then we got a few more games coming up. We got Buffalo versus Texas Tech, and then Liberty versus Virginia Tech. That's actually going to be a very interesting matchup there too. I think Virginia Tech could make somewhat of a run through the tournament. And then later on tonight, we got Virginia versus Oklahoma. And then we also had Houston versus also with Ohio State as well. And then also tonight, UC Irvine versus number 12 Oregon. I'm anxious to see what's going to happen in that matchup. UC Irvine, I'll tell you this though, UC Irvine, they play very disciplined defense. That's right, PG-13. Yeah, we're going to do it the PG-13 way, Mr. Mark Wonderly. Yep, PG-13. Except no descriptive cussing, that kind of thing. So it is what it is. But let me get back to this thing, though. UC Irvine and Oregon, interesting matchup there. I know that Oregon likes to push the ball up the court, and they really took it to Wisconsin Friday night. But that's going to be an interesting matchup to see how UC Irvine will try to manipulate and to control the pace of the game. Virginia against Oklahoma, I suspect Virginia to take care of this handily, though. But honestly, I do not trust Virginia. I really don't. Virginia, there's something about Virginia that makes me distrust them. Because if they don't get off to a good start, they just fade, and that scares me. That really scares me. That's why I never picked Virginia as a Final Four team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more R around me. You're the best, Mark Wonder. You are the best, man. You know what? We'll just probably go rated R in this one because I can't. You know what? Honestly, I can't control what anyone else says on the panel. But you know what? I can't. I'm not gonna conform them at all. Whatever that gets in their minds, though, man, let it out. It's good to have those kind of things. JMJ 2121. Yep, your Tar Heels. Yeah, I know. Impressive victory by your Tar Heels, man. I'm telling you, though, bro. I really like Kobe White, though, bro. And I am surprised I'm not even talking about it. Kobe White, though, bro, it's really a speedy type of point guard who really knows how to push the ball, too. And his jump shot's getting better, though. The one thing I kind of worry some is also his passing, though, too. But he really does a lot of the intangibles very well, though. And But I really honestly believe that I think Houston may be have a better guard, may have a better backcourt there that could give UNC problems. But UNC's got the better front line there to compare against Houston. But I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking with the Houston Cougars to come out of North Carolina's division bracket there, the Midwest bracket, and move on to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm sticking with that though. But if I'm wrong, Mr. J M2121, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So it is what it is though, man. But also though, we got also last night was also very interesting too. Kentucky really had to scrap against Wofford last night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they did not look. They look. It's hard when you don't have your best player, PJ Washington, who's giving you 17 points a game there. Yeah, Kobe Bryant trying to be better than Joel Berry. Well, Joel Berry's got a national champ. He's got 2 Final Four appearances in the national championship as well. So, hey, until he gets a national championship in there, I can't put Kobe White in that conversation with Joel Berry. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of talent wise, of course, he's way better than Joel Berry. Absolutely. So let me ask you this, Mr. JMJ2121. Who do you think is the best? Who do you think has been the better overall guard in UNC history? What do you think? I'm gonna let you take your time and think about that. So let's continue on, though. I mean, Watford really made this a game out of it, though. You know what I'm saying? I think that Kentucky, if Kentucky and North Carolina do meet, though, I think I'll have to favor UNC in that case because I think that UNC's front line is going to give Kentucky a lot of problems. So only if PJ Washington does not play. I think this week of rest might help his sprained ankle a bit. So hopefully that he'll get himself healthy because if PJ Washington comes back ready and healthy, Kentucky is going to have another 17. That's another 17 points game scorer that you'll have on your team. You know what I'm saying? So what else we got? Also the Ohio State. I'll tell you what though, Ohio State they showed some grit on Friday night, beating against a team that won about what 5 games in a row against Iowa State. But they're going to run into some problems against Houston. I think that Houston's backcourt is going to provide them some problems there, particularly in terms of their way they push the ball and the way they penetrate and kick out to open shooters. I think that Houston may own them in that. Shout out to Calvin Sampson. He's done a spectacular job, rebuilding this Houston program that hasn't been relevant since Phi Slam and Jamma. You know what I'm saying? And if they get to the Final Four, can you imagine having members of the Phi Slam and Jamma crew there? I hope I get to see Elijah or Drexler there. If that happens, or if I get to see him and meet with them and get a picture with them, woo! I'm taking that. Yes, sir. I am definitely taking that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, and also I'm very impressed with Gonzaga though too, though, especially their stretch 5 shooter. Let me see what his name is real quick. Let's see his real name real quick. Y'all hold on one second, guys. Oh yeah, Brandon Clark. He had 36 points in that on Saturday night. I'm telling you though, man, he's actually really impressive though in his ability to shoot the ball from range though too as well though, man. But I think he'll have problems at the next level if he decides to if once he does get to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He's a type of player. He's a type of player though, bro, that when he gets going there, he can really lit the house on fire. But I'm anxious to see how he'll do against another person, another player. But that will, match up physicality. Okay, JMJ2121 said Phil Ford a little bit, but Kobe is doing his thing. Maybe shooting guard Donald Williams had the best game against Michigan, but we got lucky though. I agree. Oh yeah, I remember Donald Williams though. Donald Williams had a sweet jumper back in the '93 championship year though. He had a really impressive just stroke there. I think he had 50 points in the semifinals and championship game combined. You know what I mean? Do you know what all the teams played in the SLC? Do you meant SEC, Mark Wonderlit? I don't know what SLC means. Yeah, maybe you can answer that. But yeah, though, bro. I mean, I'm actually was impressed by how Donald Williams was able to shoot the ball during that 93 championship year, but he checked himself out in that 95 Final Four against Kansas. I mean, against Arkansas. Couldn't even buy a lick. You know what I'm saying? You know. So let me continue what I'm saying about Gonzaga, though. You know, I think Gonzaga right now I guess they're getting to the nick of things of what they want to do. You know, I think that Gonzaga, if based on what I'm seeing out of out of their bracket, I think Gonzaga could make a significant run. But Florida State is no joke, though. I mean, if they play Duke tough in those meetings in the regular season, so I'm anxious to see how they'll come in against Gonzaga, who really does a great job of with their inside play and their ability to draw and kick. And Ruchi Hachimura, I need to see more out of him if he's going to be a top 10 pick. I don't believe he is. I think there's just too much talent in that top 10 in the draft to make that case as a lottery pick. You know what I'm saying? Did the tournament start yesterday in Salt Lake City? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so, but let me take a look. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Check the brackets here. And hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Check the brackets here real quick. Okay, we're gonna see. Nope. Actually, yeah, they did. They did had games in Salt Lake City. Mark won a leg. Oh, sorry. They did have some games in Salt Lake City. This week. So yeah, they did start. They did started games. I think started. What's it? Friday night. Thursday night, I should say. Yeah. So they did have some good games though, and that's where I think that's where Gonzaga won their game against Baylor on yesterday. So yeah, that answers your question though. But yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting Sweet 16 and Elite Eight though. We're nearly there to the Final Four. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a wild ride to the Final Four. And I'm really interested to see how the heavy favorites will try to adjust themselves out of their first round, because typically what I see in tournaments is that a lot of the favorites sometimes need to field themselves up. You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, Hyphy? Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It's all good in the hood, man. You know, just talking some NCAA basketball talk. Just going to go solo today, though, man. You know, making sure that all my subscribers know what my thoughts are so far. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, but this Saturday, though, I'm actually really going to do a special live stream when it turns about the sanctioning bodies and talking about what do we need, what we can do to try to, improve. What can we do to try to stop this messed up fuckery that's going on with these sanctioning bodies in terms of enforcing sanctioning fees and all that. So I'm gonna try to get a special cast to try to help out answer those kind of questions though. But before I do that, I need to research about the sanctioning fees and the rules of each sanctioning body. That's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, though, man, you know, now that we're heading into the next two rounds that's going to decide who's going to go to the Final Four. It's going to be very interesting of these games, though, man. So we got let's see. So for one bracket here, as soon as my computer stopped freezing on me, so we got Florida State versus Gonzaga, and then the winner of Buffalo versus Texas Tech will take on Michigan. I got Michigan coming out of that bracket. What else we got here? And then later on today, and then later on we got Duke versus UCF, and you know what I'm saying. And then we got Virginia versus Liberty. I think Duke's gonna win. Is gonna win out that bracket though, unless they come in cold, unless they come in there, you know, not focused and not ready to play. Especially, what's so disappointing to me though, man. Cam Reddish is actually Cam Reddish to me is a bit more talented than what he shows, but there's just something missing in him. It's either the confidence or it's either you know that he just is uncertain of what his role is on the team. You know what I mean? Because he's had some stretches where he's played well, but then there's times where you don't even notice it because he sometimes drifts away from the offense, and then Barrett and Zion Williamson, usually do their thing. But I'm hoping though, man, that Cam Reddish can really step his game up in, in today's game, but also if they do when they do win, which I think they will. I hope that he steps his game up against teams like LSU or Michigan State because you can't have a night off against either of those teams. You know what I mean? Yep. Everyone in the chat spread the word that Abil Center is a good place for basketball talk. Also, if you guys want to talk basketball, he can do a basketball panel as well. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Down the line, we can talk about kind of like what World Breaker did for his boxing panel about the historical fighters that have went up that can beat Floyd Mayweather. You know what? We could discuss about teams that can beat the Golden State Warriors. I know a lot of teams that could beat the Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I'm gonna make sure to continue to spread out the word there too through the LDBC channels. And then once my website posts there, I'm also going to put it in the description box where you can also check out my opinionated stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then also what the things I can think about when I think about in basketball too. Because once the NCAA tournament ends, we got the NBA playoffs 2 weeks later after that. So we got a lot of playoff matchups and a lot of storylines coming in. I'm telling you though, when the NBA season comes to an end, we got the deepest free agency class and the deepest draft class that we've had ever. You know what I mean? So a lot of things are gonna change. When the summer hits, a lot of moves, a lot of big signings, and also the anticipation of Zion Williamson in the NBA. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting summer. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. I'm going to go back and continue to watch some more NCAA basketball, but I'll be back this Saturday with another edition of a MehariNation Sports / Radio. But don't worry, everybody. I'm going to make sure that you guys get to check out my website when it's ready to go. By Saturday, I promise you, I will present a special live stream as a debut to check it out there as well. You'll see the website linked in the description box, and you'll get to see me write down all my other opinionated stuff and also the other things that y'all can talk about, not just in boxing, but in baseball, whatever sport y'all want to talk about. So this is Bill Mehari, aka MehariNation Sports / Radio, coming to you live and direct on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in the Twin Cities. Shout out to the entire LDBC, and we all out. Have a good night, everybody.